Hello, and welcome back to Initiative Coffee Company presents The Bards Tale, featuring Bards.
Bards.
Last time on Initiative Coffee Company presents The Bards Tale, featuring Bards.
Don't push it too far.
Several things happened. Bill, why don't you tell us what happened last time on The Bards Tale?
So, we discovered that things were being stolen. We found a big compound warehouse with maple leaves on it, and we didn't know who was there, and we didn't know what they were doing, and we were very suspicious of them. We thought maybe they were the ones stealing all the things, and then we went to scout out one of the warehouses that wasn't robbed yet, and we waited, and two guys ran in like they were going to steal some stuff, so we thought we caught the bad guys, but we were wrong, because they turned out to be emerald blades. But then while we were catching them and figuring out a new plan, some sneaky invisible guy came in and stole all the crap, and then Skylar followed his tracks, and I followed Skylar so he wouldn't get murdered, and then...
I'm noticing a theme with that.
And then Skylar wisely cast a spell, which revealed part of the guy, and then the guy dove for cover, and then we talked him into giving himself up, and then he gave himself up, but that seemed awfully suspicious. So Michael broke his fingers and gagged him.
And now he's turning over a new leaf.
And then we turned him in. And then we went to bed, all paranoid-like, but nothing bad happened. So then in the morning, Skylark got his papers. Yay!
It's true.
So now everybody can actually go into into Commonwealth proper.
It's true. So everyone has papers to get in.
And we found out the people who in the compound with the maple leaf actually have a name, and they're called the Children of Autumn, and they're very solitary.
And they're shady as hell.
And we don't know what their motivations are. So that's
the Parks and Recs reference?
The worst.
Was that about singing everything?
We are
right.
bards.
So the other thing that happened is Lotus got a note that said she has to meet with the council.
I got a message.
You just got a letter.
To finalize her diplomatic paperwork.
Yes.
So now the six of you can easily navigate the main gate from the dock section into Commonwealth proper. Yep.
When we walk through the doors, do we hear?
No.
Oh.
You hear the sound of a town.
Oh, yeah.
And you smell the smell of a tropical town.
I'm going to add in all those things in post. No, I'm not. What am I saying? That
Smell-o-vision.
would take way too long.
Post. That'd be awesome.
Smell-o-vision. We could do
instructions. Go here and buy this candle and smell it while you walk.
Get Nickelodeon-style smell-o-vision. We'll mail everyone little sticker sheets.
Right. So what are you guys doing in Commonwealth?
Going to the Bards College.
Beeline.
Sure.
Just to be clear, like after breakfast, before we all leave for the Bards College, I'm actually going to pop for a couple silver for like a real bath. Because if we're going into town to the Bards College, I kind of look at it as like a job interview option.
Sure.
So I want to be as clean as possible.
Aww.
Like I find my cleanest possible apron and like fold it carefully, put it in my bag, you know, so I'm ready for the job.
Are you wearing a shirt?
I shave, you know.
I get my pony.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Pony's coming with us.
I will also put on my nice clothes.
I'm wearing my normal everyday.
I clean my fingernails
clothes,
too,
but
because
the
there's nothing
extra
grosser than
fancy
a cook with dirty
clothes.
fingernails. So I scrub out my fingernails,
It's yucky. Do you clip them?
clip them, clean myself up.
Okay.
Appendix B.
What?
Character names.
Yeah, because I feel like y'all are going to be assholes. So.
What's your name? What's your name? We want to spend the whole session meeting everyone at the
Every
Bards
person who
College.
walk by, I'm asking their name.
Just go down the list
And the
alphabetically.
detailed backstory.
I would just, oh no, I have a fine outfit. I will put on my fine outfit before we go into Commonwealth.
I have costumes.
I will dress as.
The only thing that I'm doing to like pretty myself up is I have a vial of perfume.
Oh,
I'm just going.
do I.
Don't you have like
Let's compare
6 of them?
scents.
I got a bunch, yeah.
Your scent smells like a snake.
It just depends.
It's lavender and lemon.
I still do not know what
That's
that is.
fantastic.
Okay.
So you guys are headed straight to the Bards College then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wanted to check it out.
You are directed to a district known as the Blue Note. Is the name of the district? And it looks as ornate and pretentious as you might think a Bard's College would.
Better than the brand.
Wonderful.
You notice, once you get inside the main area of the city, you notice that the rest of the city is divided into 3 main districts. There's the Imperial District, there's like the Merchants District where the craftsmen live, and then there's the Blue Note. Presumably your passes, with the exception of Lotus's, can get you into either the Blue Note or the Merchants District. Lotus, your pass can get you into the Imperial District as well, being that that's where the diplomatic houses are.
Oh, you fancy,
Also,
huh?
my pass can get me
Nice.
there.
There's
Being
not,
a courtier.
but there's not there's not like a contingent from the Triton culture here. So like you can appeal to start a.
When I got my papers, specifically said that I
What the
was
fuck
a
is going on here? I like hear her, and then I hear, is there a fish tank in here?
you specifically said that I had diplomat status.
Yes, but there is not an embassy set up.
So you don't
That's
have
what
diplomat
I'm
status here.
Here for.
Right, but you would have to bankroll an embassy. The way that embassies work is not that the hosting country pays for it; it's that the ambassador's country pays for it.
I'm thinking like level 8. By that time, we should have that kind of dough.
So you can start saving.
Someday.
Sorry, princess.
You are recognized as the voice of the Triton amongst this community, though.
But I don't get to like
Be a diplomat.
go to the diplomat area.
No.
I very
Right now, you're like
quietly-
one of those businesses that's like, let's meet at my office, and then you meet at Panera. That's
I very quietly
That's about your
and
jam
silently
right
puff
now.
out my chest.
This episode brought to you by Initiative Coffee. We meet at Panera.
They'll grow tab, actually.
Tomato, potato.
I am very irritated by this.
And
As
they,
well you
I
should
do one
be.
of these.
as annoyed as like,
She's literally just doing this as she like moonwalks into the diplomat district.
she like goes back and forth through the gate, and the guards are like,
Normal, diplomat, normal, diplomat. While making perfect eye contact with you.
I am going to tear the woman in the records office apart
Not her fault.
It's not her fault.
later.
To the Bards College.
you guys managed to get to the Blue Note. The Blue Note is comprised of the Bards College, and then the gate that goes between the Blue Note and the Imperium District divides around a large building, and you see a sign out front. It's very nice, very gaudy, that says the Council of 8. Roll history checks.
I know what the Council of 8 is.
Council of 8 is it's essentially the wizards hierarchy within Commonwealth.
Now,
3.
you remember how I told you that I don't know anything about magic. It ain't quite true. See, the Council of 8, that's where all the highest wizards hang out.
How high are they?
I mean,
Blaze it?
Yeah, sure.
I mean, my guess is, you know, the archest of the archers.
Interesting.
That'll be good to know.
I'm just imagining a bunch of
I-
dudes that
Do you know what else is in there?
I have never cooked a meal for that.
Do you want to?
But I would be willing to, you know. Twice
But-
is right.
But do you want to?
Sure.
What does the Council of 8 do?
Well, it's a variety of wizardly kind of things, you know. It's kind of hard to explain, my lady, but quite a bit of
Wizardly.
magic and.
I meant, do people hire them to do things, or?
Do they do parties?
They're
Can I book them?
quite quite high up in the hierarchy, if you
Okay.
know what I mean.
Yeah, none of you are from Volant proper, so.
I do in my courtier.
I
I have
just
the
use
court
Volant
functionary.
What?
I have
I'm
the court
from
functionary
Volant.
skill.
Are you?
Yes.
You're from outside Volant, though, right?
I'm from
Like
the sticks of
right.
Milan.
So you wouldn't know.
He's like how people from Wheaton say they're from Chicago.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
I don't say I'm from Chicago.
Oh,
No.
la-di-da.
And I'm from Wheaton.
I'll tell you a story about that when we're not pressed for time. Sure. Yeah. What does court functionary do?
It says gives me the access to the records and inner workings of any court or group.
You would get access,
They will ignore you.
but it doesn't give you prior information about the group.
But I know like who's in the group and
If you went back to
that's
the
not what
records
that
lady that you
indicates.
hated, I'll bet she would let you know about.
The
Yeah,
council.
you don't just
Who's in the
know
Council
it now.
of
You
Eight.
have to find the records and learn it that way.
Yeah.
We'd probably have to be.
But you have access to those records as
Okay.
opposed to like Lotus, which would they'd be like, get out of here.
okay.
Yeah.
Scat and chase her with a broom. You.
So you're in the Blue Note. You're standing in a courtyard where you can see both the high arches of the Council of Eight's towers, as well as the high but slightly lower arches of the Bards College, because to some degree they're frowned upon. Not frowned upon, just not held in the same regard as wizards.
Well, let's go
La-di-da.
introduce ourselves.
Sure.
Let's go do the things.
Sure. You managed to enter the main atrium of the Bards College.
It's a main trio.
The main atrium.
Not a main-
No, that's not
No.
a thing. And you see a halfling sitting at a desk.
I march up to him
Of course you do. Or her.
and I say, Ben, and I say, greetings, I am Iona, of the Tritons beneath the glass shores, of House Moore, and I have come to study.
I do believe that I have been waiting on you. You were due quite some time ago, if I'm not mistaken.
I apologize for my lateness. It has been quite a struggle to get here. We were shipwrecked, and there seems to have been some sort of improper record keeping that kept me and my companions from exiting into the city.
A tale worth writing down, I'm sure.
I have already composed a song if you'd like to hear it.
No. We don't have time.
We don't have time, apparently.
Perhaps another time.
She has someplace to
Perhaps
be.
it would be splendid if you added it to the record. This tale of yours.
I would be happy to.
Sure. We'll fence out some time later on in the coming weeks.
Great.
What can we do for you? You're here to
Enroll.
sign in. If you're on the register, you've already enrolled. You just have to
Be here.
be here and
Attend.
We have to attend.
Great.
We wish to learn magic and music from the master bards of your fine institution.
well, that is fantastic.
Suck their dicks
If you could
too
just
hard.
get us
God.
our schedule copies, where's homeroom, and point us in the direction of
Yeah,
our dorms.
where can I get my locker?
This is not a wizard's university. Bards are much more fluid in their requirements.
I'm not sleeping with dudes.
Or are
What?
you?
I don't think that's what.
Did I say
Sorry,
that
that's
indicated-
probably something you didn't mean. It's been a long journey. Continue.
He slept with a bunch of dudes already. He wants to stop.
My ass is tired.
All right.
Terrible.
Well, I suppose I could show you to your room.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
Wait,
She,
singular?
Is there a room for Sebastian? I've brought a pony into the
Pony into the main atrium.
I mean, typically we keep the livestock in the stables, but I suppose if your roommates were comfortable with you
Have an
having
unusual relationship.
pony in the room,
The stables is all right.
Did you say roommates?
well, yes.
This just became the real world. Bards edition.
Of course, as a singular cohort, you would share a room. I thought that was clear.
Whatever.
No, I believe that is very
Right.
unclear.
To the room.
Right. Who are you?
He's with us.
My name is Ray. I
Ray.
am the cook.
The cook.
He is the cook.
If
Believe
you
me.
wanted to point me to the kitchens, I would be happy to speak with your head chef. Brought me tools and everything.
Kitchens are down this hallway, third door on the left.
Right. I'll see you lot later.
Bye, Ray.
Bye, Ray.
And
Take
I
care.
walk down the hallway to the kitchens.
Okay.
And I find the chefist looking chef in the kitchen.
You find a chefly looking chef.
Are you the boss? The head chef?
Right.
Right. My name's Ray. I'm here for the cooking job. I'm waiting for you to take my hand.
Is there a job?
There sure is, mate. Because you've been asking yourself a question. How can I get all this cooking done and make it taste right? The answer is, you need me. So you're going to hire me.
Oh,
And I'm going to cook some of the best meals
God, could I have
for these
inspired
singing
you
and
before he got
dancing
here?
bards
He does
that
have
they've ever
inspiration.
had cooked.
This is
And
like
you're
fully
going to
10
take all the
minutes. It's
credit
like a
for it,
Snapchat
mate.
commercial.
So it works for us both. I do the cooking, you take the credit for it. Everybody thinks that you're the best chef on the planet. I get a job and a room to stay in. Savvy?
Cook me something.
Right.
Oh, chopped.
Ooh.
It's a 2. Which, with my proficiency bonus, for...
Add your intelligence as well. if you
Yeah,
want.
that's a 4.
4.
Yeah.
Right. So
It's you were nervous, yeah.
not inspiring, if
Right.
you catch me.
Let me give this a go.
Couldn't he take a 10?
Today, I'll wash all the dishes. Tomorrow, you give me another shot to cook a meal. If I
Seems
blow it tomorrow, I'll wash dishes for free for a day after that, and then I'll bugger off. But if I cook a good meal tomorrow, you give me a shot at being your cook.
It seems fair. Let me show you the dish room.
Square.
You enter the dish room, and it is filled with dirty dishes. It will
All
be
right.
a full day's work.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I have a 16 constitution and an 18 dexterity. I just go really fast.
Sure. Okay.
That's how I spend the rest of the adventure. It
spend-
was good seeing you all.
You spend 6 hours. You spend 5 hours washing 6 hours worth of dishes.
Peace out. Bye.
You got this, Ray.
This halfling shows you to a room. She opens the door. There's like a center room, and then 5 small rooms off
Oh,
the
thank
center
God.
room.
I take this center room.
No.
It's a common room.
No. Over there.
For a bunch
call-
of bards,
I
none of
call
y'all
far
take
left.
jokes.
I would
No, I
like
call
the
for
one
left.
with the nicest view.
Define nice.
I'm assuming it like overlooks the sea.
There's, like- Okay.
You're in a city.
I want the one that overlooks the sea.
Sure. You see one that overlooks a large seawall with a large ballista. And if you can like squint past the ballista, you can see some water over there too.
That's it, huh?
Yeah.
Is there one that overlooks the nice courtyard?
You already picked the one that overlooks the sea.
I want the one that looks over the courtyard.
There's one with a beautiful view of a lovely courtyard.
I want it. It's mine. I jump in the bed and I wriggle
What do
around
the other
it.
3 rooms have views of?
One of them has a view of the next set of rooms.
Okay.
The other has a view of the opposite direction next set of rooms. And the 5th has another view of the seawall.
I'll take that one.
The seawall?
Yeah.
Okay.
I want a room adjacent to Michael because he's the nicest and most trustworthy.
Well, the only
so
2 rooms
far-
are across the hallways from one
So,
another.
like,
You
I
can
guess-
longingly glance
yeah.
at him across the room.
Right.
Ah,
We can hang out in the common. Don't worry.
okay.
Who am I next to? Am I next to her?
Oh yeah, what's the?
Yeah, like what's the order around here?
So you are between Michael and Lotus. And
Wait,
Iona.
so if you go
Oh,
door,
it's a circle. Oh.
Yeah.
it goes
It goes
in a 5-point.
Michael,
We'll make a map.
Lotus,
Nadir,
Nadir.
Iona, Lotus, Skylark.
Okay.
don't have a pencil anymore because I threw it at the DM. And you know what? It was worth it.
Do I have like a ball or anything?
Oh, good. I have 2 pencils.
Is there a ball on your character sheet?
No, but is there anything like around? Like, are the rooms like furnished?
There's like a pillow.
Just a pillow.
Note to self.
Like, it's a furnished room, yes,
Okay.
but
Yeah.
I need a ball.
I've
Okay.
already
Start taking
gotten
out-
out a piece of paper. I have drawn my name on it in very fine calligraphy, and I'm sticking it to my door.
very college sophomore of you.
I'm opening the smallest drawer in what I assume is a nice dresser, taking all of the like hay and stuff in my pocket and my little snake out. He has a little
Oh,
It's cute.
little snake.
Big
Archibald.
snake.
little Archibald.
I will unpack and put all of my books just so, and
Anytime I've been at the back of the group, I've just had like my hand in my thing, just like petting my snake.
That's what I assumed you were doing.
Sure.
You seem the
It's
type.
about 2 o'clock.
Are the next 4 sessions just going to be Hogwarts, but for bards?
yay!
Hardwork.
I don't know.
Bardwarts.
Bardwarts?
Seems real boring, but maybe.
Hogbards?
You shut up.
You shut your mouth.
It's Leviosa, not Leviosa.
It's 2 o'clock.
Okay.
You
Tell
guys
us.
are in your room. Essentially, the way that the college works is like you check in with your mentors to get your new abilities. You have a place to live. You're expected to do like weekly chores to like earn your keep. But like it's not like you have regular classes to attend.
How regular are the classes?
When you level up and get a class feature for your college, you have to check in with your mentor to get that feature. Like there aren't classes. You're just like working, like unless you indicate what you're doing in downtime aside from working with your mentors, you are working with your mentors.
Okay, so we're taking lessons in the background.
Sure.
Yeah. Well, it's 2 o'clock. I have stuff to do.
Sure.
Things to learn,
I
features to get.
will be back.
Is anyone going with her?
Do you
Can
want
we?
anybody to go
The
with
council office, or like the council meeting room, is in like the center of the city, so it's not in the diplomatic
I'll go with her.
region.
you? I mean,
Cool.
I'll
I'll go
ask if
too.
you want anyone
Seems
to
like
go
a
with
good
you.
networking
I don't
event.
mind. Sure, let's all go.
Oh,
We
if
are a
everyone's going to
cohort.
go, I was just going because I thought nobody else wanted to go. But if everyone's going to go with her, then I'm going to do some personal research on my time.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh, I hadn't thought of
Yeah,
that.
I'm gonna go
Instead
to-
of that, I'm going to go find my mentor.
Yep, I'm gonna go to council, and then I'm gonna find my mentor.
Okay. So the 3 of you are going with Lotus?
sure.
Okay.
2 of them are going.
2.
I was including Lotus in the 3 of them. The 3 of them are going
There you
to
go.
engage in
Grammar's
Lotus's
hard.
matter. What are you guys researching specifically,
I'm finding my mentor.
mentor?
I'm looking up a record of names in the city of Bell and its previous inhabitants and any records of current names.
So they'll take you to a library, and there's a lot of stories about a strong agrarian state that supplied most of the food stuff for the continent of Vol, but was unfortunately ransacked in a night by powerful dragons and undead. If you want to like pursue that further, we can talk about that in downtime.
Cool.
Yeah.
The other things I would have looked up are things about workings of magic and specifically the lineages of tieflings.
Sure.
And how that
so,
works and whatnot.
what about the magic?
Really, it's just kind of like spell study. I want to learn how to work,
Okay,
like how to magical theory, I guess,
Sure.
is what I'd be looking up.
that's fine. Then we'll go over that in downtime as well. What I will say about the lineages of tieflings is that there is a section in the library labeled immaterial.
Okay.
That covers tieflings, ASMRs, primordial subraces.
Okay.
Pretty much anything with a non-material lineage.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Gotcha.
material isn't plain.
Immaterial. Right. Gotcha. I was like, oh, is this going to be some sort of like restricted book section or something?
Material as in unimportant.
Right.
Yep. You three head off to the council, and you get to a large round room. Inside the room is
A table.
it's a large like semicircle table, but not like it's like an arc, not like a whole half circle.
Mm-hmm. So it's built like this.
Right. Standing in the middle of like the arc is a half orc,
Oh.
and then sitting at chairs behind the table is a gnome, a Goliath, and an elf. Behind them are a human, a very stout and rosy-cheeked human. A halfling diligently taking notes is sitting behind the Goliath, and behind the elf is what appears to be a half elf. But both of them have like a blue tint to their skin. So roll knowledge, nature, or history, whichever you would be proficient in.
Neither. It's a 7.
I got an 18 for history.
Okay. You know that sea elf is a thing? So maybe they're like sea elf and half sea elf, but you're not sure.
Oh, I'm something to see.
So you said there were elf, half elf, orc, gnome, Goliath with a halfling.
So there's the mayor, or there's half orc standing in the middle.
Okay.
There's a gnome. Behind the gnome is a human. There's a Goliath. Behind the Goliath is a halfling.
Mm-hmm.
There's an elf. Behind the elf is a half elf.
And there's no one behind the half orc.
The half orc is like the
Standing
table. The table is like this.
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3, half orc.
Oh, okay.
He's in the middle.
Okay.
All right. Do I see Bosco in here anywhere?
Bosco, so you're coming in here. There's like a wall. And as you walk in, you see Bosco here,
Oh, cool.
along with the rest of the contingent of Dragonborn.
Cool.
There's your friend.
Yes, thank you. It looks intimidating, so I just kind of shuffle my hooves at the door.
Okay. The half-orc looks at you and he says, "Come on.
Okay, I shuffle my hooves on towards him.
I am Gorn Throm, Mayor of Commonwealth. This is the council."
The mayor is so pleased to meet you. Shake it.
Let him finish. What was his name?
I'm sorry.
Gorn Throm. Behind me is the council. You'll recognize, I assume, being of the Bards College, Howard Gilfink. He is the head of the provost of the Bards College,
Which one is he racially?
the gnome.
Howard, what was that?
Gilfink.
He
Beside,
talks like this.
that's not how gnomes talk, is it?
Oh, he's a gnome.
You'll learn soon.
Opposite him is Ryan Hartfon. It's the Goliath.
Ryan.
Ryan
All your questions to
Heart.
gnome, please.
Hartfon.
Fawn.
Hartfawn.
I
She
spelled it
is a
right.
Goliath.
Oh, she.
I'll drink of water.
In the center is Odd Antele. She is the governess of Imperium interests here in Commonwealth.
And what does the Goliath do?
She's the director of operations for Hutchinson Trade Expansion.
Oh.
And this is where we do 4 episodes of courtroom drama.
Night Court.
Law and Order.
Gung gung.
Yeah. Dunk dunk.
He says, "I assume you've come here for a reason."
Yes. What did my notes say again? I just finished my papers, I have to establish something. I'm not good with the words. So why am I a bard?
As you ramble, Bosco stands up behind you and he says, yes, she is here to finalize diplomatic paperwork.
What Bosco says.
She requires final approval by the council.
Thank you, Bosco.
Immediately, Howard and Ryan just kind of, okay.
Couldn't have been Howard and Johnson.
Odd seems a bit less enthusiastic.
Who is Odd again?
She's the elven governess of Imperium Interests.
Okay.
Odd Untele.
How pretty.
Is that, Lotus, is that the last of your business here?
Unless they have other business for me.
Well, it requires approval from
Right, everyone.
all 3 members of the council.
Yes.
So,
I sense some hesitation.
Odd looks at you and she says, this is peculiar. Such a small delegation, no more than 7, and yet you are the 29th member of their court. The court that consists entirely of kobolds and immaterials.
Well, that's just rude.
Glad I didn't go.
Do you know why they've brought you here to serve their house?
I can only assume it was a favor.
There is a reason. The Imperium is very concerned with the presence of immaterials, both in the Empire itself as well as the outlying colonies connected to it. Your bloodline indicates a threat and an unpredictable aspect to not only Commonwealth, but the Imperium's interests overall.
Okay.
Can I roll a history to know anything shitty about sea elves?
Sure.
Are sea elves dicks?
About sea elves specifically?
I want to know, yes, like,
Are they horrible
if
racists?
specifically, yeah, like, have sea elves done anything stupid in their past as a race?
Okay.
Like, any, like, some
Anything
sort
she
of
can
fuck up.
use as a rebuttal.
Yes.
Nope.
Every
Just-
single time.
That's +8, so it's a 13.
So sea elves specifically, you can't. I mean, you know of sea elves, but they're not like largely present. And as far as you know, they have been gone for like extinct.
Oh.
You know that the Empire is a bunch of dicks because of concerns with divine magic specifically.
Sure.
But beyond that, you're not sure.
Okay. Do I realize how awful what they're saying is?
What do you mean awful?
Like, they're being really racist.
I was about to ask, like, in the studies, does it seem like the word immaterials is a slur?
Yeah.
Or
It seems like it has the same connotations as the term like illegal immigrant.
Yeah.
So like
that's what I
there's a
was
good
thinking.
like population that just sees that as like a legal term.
oh, okay.
And then there's mostly the targeted population recognizes that as like I mean,
Discriminatory.
So it's
they're not only saying that you're not from the material plane, they're also saying that you're useless.
right.
Like-
Yeah, that's what I'm
like
saying.
there is
Is it a
an-
term like illegal immigrant in that it's
there is an intended
epithet, or
there
is
an
it-
intended double meaning there from
Okay.
the Imperium, but it's dictated down.
How did the sea elves go extinct?
You know.
Oh, yeah, okay.
By being dicks.
Apparently.
They just ate a bunch of dicks.
They
and died.
needed help at some point, and everyone was like, "Nah, man, we hate you."
Sounds fair.
What-
If she doesn't go to defend herself, I
What
will-
tasks are our friends from Grand Mansang giving you?
Well, as I have not fully begun work with them yet, I have no idea. I am, however, soon to be a very accomplished bard and performer.
As you say that, you hear Bosco from over your shoulder say, "She is to be a tutor. We are blessed by children soon in our house."
Oh, that's so sweet.
Getting some Sound of Music
Exactly.
vibes.
Congratulations.
Yes.
Yay, shit.
Surely there is to be no qualms about somebody
Teaching music.
educating themselves and teaching music to children.
They are not my qualms to have. I would not dare to impede on a diplomat's right to hire whatever servants they deem necessary.
Seems like you're trying to, but I'm not there right now.
I just need to ensure that Commonwealth is kept safe. Though the other members of this council seem lackadaisical in their duties,
Lackadaisy.
I take them very seriously.
Perhaps you're not aware of what the term lackadaisical means, as this person standing before you has done nothing to show anybody that she is someone unsavory or unsafe. So what is it precisely about her visage that you deem unworthy?
I assure you, I would not dare to deem anything worthy or unworthy.
Then you should say yes.
My superiors are concerned with her lineage.
Her lineage.
My dad's
Hers and others,
My dad's pretty cool.
should we require looking into them.
Is there something about your lineage that should be looked into?
Well, no, I have a seat on the
Yes.
council.
From what I know, it's very. I know nothing about you.
Well, you are also coming into my city.
You're right.
I'm not obligated to give you an explanation of myself.
And neither is she.
If she requests entry into my city, I beg to differ.
Kind of the point here. Okay, thanks, Iona.
You did nothing.
Thanks so much. Odd? Is that her name?
Odd,
Odd.
yeah.
Okay, like Maud, but with an without
Like
the-
Audrey,
I
but
didn't do
without the
well.
re.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
I'm gonna change that spelling because it was very wrong.
AUD.
Awesome. Lady Antel. I am sure that I understand your concerns about whatever lineage you may suspect that I have. However, I just came here to learn for the good of myself and for the good of my friends. We just all want to be bards.
Roll a persuasion.
Cool,
I want to be a bard.
right?
Roll with advantage.
Cool. Natural 20.
Wow.
She kind of leans back, and from behind her you see the half-elf stand up wearing full plate mail. It's very ornate,
It's gotta be heavy.
and the half-elf whispers in her ear. And Odd turns to you and says, She turns to the half-elf and says, "Of course, you're right, dear." And turns back to you and says, "If the rest of the council doesn't seem to have a problem, it appears as if the Imperium's concerns are irrelevant anyway. I would happily give my approval and
Would I have been able to
stand
hear
by
what was
my
being whispered
decision."
to her?
Roll a perception.
I will do that. 21.
You hear like bits and pieces, but from what you make out, it's essentially like she can't help her blood.
What a dick.
Awesome. I will put that in my back pocket.
God damn, dude. I'm glad I didn't go.
She makes a consenting yay, and turns back to Iona and says, "Do you know where your people come from?"
Of course I know where my people come from.
Under the sea.
I would think that you would not be so verbose
Oh
if
shit.
that were the case.
Talking shit about your people. Fight. Fight. Fight.
Much news has come to my ears, and most of that news of late is an indication that your people are failing at their purpose.
Iona gonna cut a bitch.
Several.
She calling you immaterial, girl.
Your people's very existence in this realm is tied to your duty that you are currently failing to comply with.
That's not entirely
My.
true. She did kill one of the baby ones.
Thank you, Skylark. I did indeed. My people have graced this land with thousands of years of peace from the things that haunt the seas. One has managed to escape through, and my entire family is currently fighting.
If the
That
news I
thing.
hear is correct, it's more than one. And there were divine machinations that completed your task for you for 1,500 years.
Isn't our entire cities built in a day?
Sometimes.
Then can a giant monster the size of a city be defeated in one day? What are you doing to stop the things in the sea? Perhaps you should not be questioning someone who has come.
I have protected this city from the things in the sea. Your people's role is to protect all.
And are they not working on it currently?
It's my understanding that for some, the work has come too late.
Perhaps you do not understand everything you think you understand quite properly.
It's true. Perhaps we don't understand the things that we think we understand at times.
I suppose so. Are you always so rude to...
I'm always so cautious.
It's a nice word for it.
I'm backing out. I've bowed individually to the other
Right.
5
I
people
came
in
here
there.
today with my companion to introduce myself.
Mm-hmm.
As you know, I am Iona, the Moore family, the Tritons below the glass shores.
Mm-hmm.
And I have come to introduce myself to all of you and let you know that I will be beginning to establish the Tritons and their relationships above ground. Above ground?
Above the water.
Above the water. So that
Perhaps the tasks
we
of
can
today
work-
will be more successful than the tasks of old for you and your people.
Thank you for that bit of condescension. As
Your
I have come
existence and your
here-
presence has been noted. You will be recognized as a voice for your people. We require the chamber.
Jeez. I'm already at the door.
Damn. That shit was cold.
I leave.
And light the building on fire.
He's salty.
I will also leave right behind you. But
Gonna go.
I will leave a single gold coin on the table and I'll say, please enjoy 30 flagons of ale with our compliments. And I will go.
Please enjoy.
You see
money.
Gorn walk to, just grab it and put it in his pocket.
Will do, bud.
And we'll find out the consequences of that meeting next season on the Bards Tale.